Social Science, Grade 6, Block 3, Books and Burials, LP 3, The Story of Megaliths, LP 4, The Four Ashramas by teacher Shikha. Children, in this video, we are going to learn about megaliths. Megaliths are large stone structure. Students will be able to identify the megaliths, draw inferences from megaliths, and explain importance of megaliths. The keywords are megaliths, the large stone structure, rituals, religious ceremonies consisting of a series of action, evidence, a thing that proves that something is true. Archaeologists have found a burial site dating back to the Vedic period where a man was found buried in a cross-legged position. Children, why do you think the man was buried in a cross-legged position? Okay, students, first let's understand what is megalith. A megalith is a large prehistoric stone that has been used to construct a structure or monument, either alone or together with other stones. Most extant megaliths were erected between the Neolithic period through the Chalcolithic period and into the Bronze Age. While the Vedas are a literary source to learn about society in the northwestern region and the Indo-Gangetic plains of the Indian subcontinent, there are archaeological sources in the Deccan and the northeast region that help us learn about society in those parts of the subcontinent. Children, archaeologists have found many megaliths which are large stones standing on the ground. When these stones were removed, archaeologists discovered burial grounds for people to bury their dead. They also discovered remains of pottery, jewelry made of gold and gems, tools, weapons, and skeletons of horses buried along with the dead. Some burial spots had more than one skeleton, suggesting that the bodies of dead people were brought into the same grave to be kept together with the other members of their families. So, children, what does each piece of evidence tells us? Point 1. The skeleton of a man buried in a house shows that some people were important and buried in special spot. Point 2. The seeds tells us that the people grew food crops. The animal bone tell us that they reared animal and ate meat. Another question I want to bring in your notice, children. What do megaliths tell us about the life and society of the Vedic people? The general explanation goes, point 1. Megaliths were burial sites across many regions. People buried different items along with the dead. Point 2. From these items, we can learn about the lives of the people, their position in society, what they ate, and what they used. Point 3. A wealthy person was often buried in his house along with the jewelry and other items. Someone who was not as wealthy was buried in the open ground with fewer items. Megaliths are important for historians because they are archaeological sources. The different items that were buried with the dead help historians understand the lives of these people. Children, now let's talk about four ashramas. You already know about Vedas, the Varna system, and the megaliths. Now let's learn about the Vedic story. The Vedic society was based on four ashramas, which divided life into stages. Brahmacharya. In the first stage, one had to lead the life of a student. The person had to spend years in a Gurukul. Gurukul is the house of teacher, to study the ancient texts and gain knowledge in science, philosophy, and self discipline. Grihastha. In the second stage, a person had to marry and have children and lead a family life. This was considered an important stage where a person not only raised a family but also earned living for his family. Vanaprastha. In the third stage, one had to hand over the responsibilities of the household to the younger members, retire, and spend time meditating. Sannyasa. In the final stage, one had to give up the material world and focus on meditating on God with the aim of being free from all worldly desires. Children, let's quickly have a recap of all four stages. Vedic society divide life into four stages: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Brahmacharya focused on learning and gaining knowledge. Grihastha focused on having a family and raising children. Vanaprastha involved retiring from work and family and focusing on meditating. Sannyasa focused on giving up the material world and meditating on God. Important question: how is Vedic society similar to and different from modern society? Hot explanation. Point 1. Vedic society was structured and clear with four phases, each with specific purpose. Point 2. Life today is more flexible. People are free to do things when they want. Children, I hope the lesson is clear to you. Please read the lesson properly. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Bye bye.